What's up, guys? Today we're going to dive into the history of one of my favorite sodas of all time, Pepsi Wild Cherry. And we're going to start things off by showing one of the cans from my collection, but this is not where it started. It was first introduced back in 1988, and it replaced a drink called Cherry Cola Slice, which, if you didn't know, was part of the Pepsi line back in the 1980s. And since then, Pepsi Wild Cherry has gone through a bunch of can designs over the years, and I'm going to showcase all of them. So I'm going to try to showcase all of them. So forgive me if I miss a couple. So let's start off with the one that started it all, the 1988 Slick Red can. And man, I love this design. It's got that classic red body with the retro Pepsi logo. It just screams 80s. From there, Pepsi kept the same vibe but updated the logo to the more modern Pepsi globe. It also gave the cherries a little bit more flair, and honestly, this one is my absolute favorite of all the Pepsi Wild Cherry cans. So if anybody has this can and wants to get it off their collection line or wants to get it off their hands, I will take it. Shoot me a message and I will add it to my collection. Then in the mid to late 90s, things got a little wild with this swirl with red and blue mixed together, still showcasing the cherries, but definitely a change of pace than what we've seen in the past. But in the late 90s and early 2000s, they pulled it back. We're talking back to the basics with the all red, almost identical to the early 90s design that we saw earlier. It's almost like Pepsi was like, you know what, let's go back with what works. Then came the 2000s, and this is where things really changed. This can went primarily blue, and for the first time, the word Pepsi was set above Wild Cherry. It kind of looked like the name changed to Pepsi Wild Cherry, where everybody used to call it Wild Cherry Pepsi. But here's a fun fact. The name of the soda was never Wild Cherry Pepsi. It was always Pepsi Wild Cherry. And I think that's the reason the Wild Cherry went below the word Pepsi. And here's where we get into the fun part. My actual collection. Took a while to get to there, but we are here. And this one here expired in 2011. So this came right after the can I showed you on the screen. This one still had the red and blue primary. Still more blue than it is red. Pepsi Wild Cherry, still the word Wild Cherry underneath Pepsi to solidify that name. But they used this all the way up until 2014, I believe. And that's where the real sugar Wild Cherry came into play. I showed this on a previous video when I was talking about the vanilla Pepsi, and they did it as well with cherry. So the real sugar Cherry Pepsi came in 2014 is when this can expired. Insert the can from 2017, and here's what they did as well. Looks kind of similar to that one I showed, the last graphic, with a primarily blue can with the red top. They got that new, which we've seen on all the cans, the newer, swirl Pepsi logo, which changed in the 2010, 2009-ish. But this is the look of that can in the late 2010s. And then now, this is where we see the brand new Pepsi logo. This one's actually a zero sugar can, but still zero sugar, Wild Cherry. The regular can looks exactly like this, just doesn't say zero sugar. But showcasing that classic looking brand new Pepsi logo. So there you have it. The history of the Wild Cherry Pepsi can. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Please like, share, comment this, and stay tuned for more wild can videos.